the Pregame Show, your early morning shot of sports on 95.7 The Game. Come on!
We back. It is the Pregame Show. I'm your host, Joe Spadoni. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. If you're just getting off work, if you're getting ready for work, getting ready for school, getting ready for Thanksgiving week. God, time is flying. It's crazy. 49ers, they're dominating. Warriors, still losing. Man, it is a crazy time in the Bay Area right now. We have Mr. Irrelevant back in the MVP race after the 49ers hammer the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 27-14. Maybe hammer strong. The final score I don't think indicates just how much of a beatdown that was. Niners let them hang around a little bit too much. But when I was watching that game after the first quarter, after the first half, I was like, Bucs ain't winning this game. I felt confident going into it, feel even more confident coming out. This is the Niners division. And hell, it just might be the San Francisco 49ers conference. We'll wait and see how that goes because we got a huge match up tonight with implications galore. Chiefs, Eagles. This is probably the best Monday Night Football game we've had in a long time. Hell, this might be the game of the season. I hope it is because we keep billing all these matchups. Like last week, we had Bengals, Ravens on Thursday Night Football. They had Joe Burrow out for the year. Mark Andrews out for the year. It's like, come on. I'm hoping none of that tonight. I just want a good, old-fashioned, hard-hitting, tackling game. Great defenses on both sides. Playmakers galore. Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts. Hell, will T. Swift be in the building? No, this is a real thing, by the way. And we'll get to the Niners. Don't worry. The missus, Jade Spadoni, literally tells me, oh, yeah, the Chiefs are playing on Monday Night Football. We should watch it. It's like, what? Yeah. Well, yeah, we're going to watch it, but I don't know how much I'm going to be paying attention. Oh, I'm going to be paying attention. I was like, oh, because Taylor Swift. Okay. She wants a Travis Kelce, like T Swift shirt. I guess they have those now. It's like one of her song lyrics. It's in red and gold. I was like, ugh. Well, if you're happy on Christmas and that's an easy gift, sure. Why not? Chiefs, Eagles. A lot of disgust both ways. A lot of disgust from 49er fans, too, to be quite honest. Lost to both of these teams in crucial games. So, again, Niners will be fixated on that, but things are going well for the red and gold. 7-3, 4-1 at home. That 3-game losing skid, not even worried about that anymore. It's a thing of the past. Brock Purdy, perfect Purdy, are we calling him that? Perfect passer rating, 158.3, whatever the hell that means. Because I felt like he had a nearly perfect completion percentage against the Cardinals a few weeks back, but that wasn't a perfect passer rating game. I guess there's this whole quadratic formula on how they do it. The Pythagorean theorem of quarterback play.
Y equals MX plus B.
Sure, there you go. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Similar to that. Thank you, Sam. I hated math. I wasn't very good at it. Why do you think I'm talking now to you for a living? Can't do it. Not that I was bad at it. I just didn't like it. That science just never did much for me. Can you guess the subject I was good in? English. Why? God. I could BS an essay with the best of them. BS a BSer. Shout out role models. 888-957-9570. Any concerns left with the 49ers after that win? Now, there was one. Safety and All-Pro Talanoa Hufanga likely tore an ACL, out for the year. Very tough. Here's Shanahan right after the game addressing his concern about the All-Pro.
Real concern. We don't know for sure. Most likely it's ACL, but can't confirm it, so we'll find out later.
That's tough. So, come on in, rookie Jair Brown, right?
Niners looking like they're going to bring the house. They back off and rush just 4. Incomplete. And back of the end zone. It's picked off of the hands of Godwin and intercepted. And it is Jair Brown, one play after another, and it looks like that's going to hold up.
The rookie safety out of We Are Penn State, third-round pick 87 of this past year, comes in and you know what? Takes some lumps, gets a pick in his first game. Doesn't look back. Sounds like another guy I know on offense named Brock Purdy. But again, long way to go, one game. I was encouraged from what I saw yesterday. Now, with the loss of Hufanga, that hurts. But I'll say this, and I'm not trying to pile on the guy while major injury. Hufanga hadn't looked right all year to me anyways. Now, he came into the year, he had that, that cyst problem on the back of his knee. I forget the actual term, but it's a cyst, Baker's cyst, something like that. Fluid buildup bothering him. He says it's something he's just going to have to deal with. And you could notice, especially during that losing streak, just to step off, step slow. And yesterday, it was just a mean juke by the wide receiver. And you just saw it in slow-mo, just the leg, the ACL, just buckle, give away. It was hard to watch. It really was. So prayers up for Hufanga, speedy recovery, fight on, all of that. Very tough. And what was otherwise just a beatdown. And this 49ers pass rush, special. This Chase Young acquisition feels like a home run already. It does. Whatever it did, whether it was for the mentals, whether it was for whatever it did, it woke up Nick Bosa. And you know what? Maybe we underplayed the, friend and collegiate aspect of this when it comes to Chase Young and Nick Bosa and their relationship. Because it felt like it changed everything. 888-957-9570. That's the number to call or text the Comcast Business text line. We are live and local all day, all week, by the way. Right? No, well, Thanksgiving, thumbs down, thumbs up, Sam. We have a little bit Thanksgiving because the Niners play Thanksgiving against the Seahawks. And by the way, the Seahawks, they're battered and bruised. Kenneth Walker, probably out this week, oblique injury. Geno Smith might be out this week, triceps injury. So it could be a perfect storm for the 49ers this week. I was texting out in the chat yesterday in the morning roast, and Bonte and Shasky, they're fired up here. I'll be talking with you guys in about an hour, so you got some time. But if you want to get involved right now, you can. 888-957-9570. I was like, this could be a perfect week. And this was when the Bears were leading the Detroit Lions, and Detroit came back. They overcame 2 Jared Goff interceptions. Huge win for them out in Detroit. And they have their eyes also set on the number 1 overall seed. You cannot sleep on them because if you look at the Lions schedule, kind of light. Not a lot. I mean, that was a divisional game yesterday, so they are prone to slip-ups. I don't think the Lions are as great as the Eagles or Niners. They're probably a tier below them, but they can absolutely get that number 1 overall seed. So you can't sleep on them. So if they took an L yesterday, would have been huge. But they didn't. They got the win. They hung on, and they play, obviously, this Thursday as well. By the way, against a Packers team that edged out the Chargers. And I'm going to pull the sound at the break. Wait till you hear what Brandon Staley had to say after the game. He gone. That's all I could say. This man's gone. Eberflus, he's probably gone. I know Black Friday is this week, but Black Monday is coming soon enough, folks. When it comes to some of these head coaches in the NFL. Yikes. Brandon Staley, usually the calm, cool, collected guy. Not happy at the reporters, to say the least. Hope E-Dog's doing okay. That's tough. Our own Evan Giddings, huge Chargers fan. Go Chargers, go. But taking a look around, Eagles, if they take an L tonight, Niners are right there for the number 1 seed. They're right there. Already got the Seahawks losing to the Rams. Rams came from behind yesterday. So, although the Lions won, the 1 seed right there for the Niners. Right there. Can they seize it? Well, they're going to need some help with Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, and Patrick Mahomes tonight. 888-957-9570. Good morning to all of you on Twitch and YouTube, powered by First NorCal Credit Union. Search 95.7 The Game, like and subscribe there. It is a Monster Monday, brought to you by First 5 California. Visit first5california.com to learn 4 things that you could do to overcome toxic stress. One of those things that you could probably do, it could be a 5th thing, don't watch the Warriors right now because your stress levels will be at a sky high. How about you watch more 49ers? So it's 2 things. Don't watch the Warriors and watch the Niners. And your stress levels will be just fine. You get the one Wiggins game finally. Just going back to that OKC game. You get the one Wiggins game. He thought he was the hero. And then Chet Holmgren said, hold my beer. Can he even drink? Can Chet Holmgren even drink yet? I don't even know. Producer Sam Lubman in the back. Yeah, maybe. How old is Chet Holmgren? I think he's 21 now, right? No, not Chet Holmes. I don't even know who the hell that guy is. Oh, Fortune 500. Oh, okay. Chet Holmgren, thank you. Not Mike Holmgren. He's 21. He's good. Minneapolis, Minnesota, by the way. Shout out. Go Vikings, go. Tough L for the Vikings.
First beer, apparently.
Yeah, there you go. Probably had his first one yesterday. That Thunder team's so fun, by the way. I know the Warriors took an L. Holmgren, Giddey, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Lou Dort. They're a problem. The West, all the young guys. I'm not saying it's quite a turning of the tide here or a passing the torch. But I even watched the Rockets game last night against the Lakers, the late night game. Most people are watching because the Sunday Night Football game was over at that point. Austin Reeves shot just most ridiculous three-pointer I've seen him ever take for the lead. Then LeBron ices it at the free throw line, get the dub over Dylan Brooks, who had the dumbest foul I've ever seen. And that's saying something from Dylan Brooks. But even the Rockets, who thought they were going to be this good? These young upstart teams, the Thunder, the Minnesota Timberwolves, and maybe upstart's a little over-exaggerating for a team like the Timberwolves because they've been around. They got veterans. But Anthony Edwards, he's the alpha on that team. Chet Holmgren, Shai Gilgeous, they're the alphas. Josh Giddey, hell, 3-headed monster right there. Length, size, athleticism. Juxtapose that with the Warriors. Ooh. Could be a tough year, not just for them, but for teams like the Clippers, the Lakers. I know the Lakers got the dub last night, but the Suns, these young guys, they're not afraid. They're not of the LeBrons, the Stephs, the KDs. They want to take it. But we have all week for the Warriors. We got the knockout tournament tomorrow. Today's about the Niners. It really is. And Brock Purdy specifically, this guy, he's unbelievable. He's honestly, what can you say? And if you're still doubting him at this point, you're just being a hater. I'm going to say it. If you're still doubting Brock Purdy at this point, you can say it's just being a skeptic, Spadoni. I think you're just hating. Because he's already shown it in a full slate of games. He's legit. Had the longest touchdown pass in the NFL this year, by the way. Kind of wild because the air yards on it was only 35, 40 yards. I was like, Mahomes didn't do that? Josh Allen didn't do that? But it also goes to show just the quarterback play in general for the NFL has not been living up to the standards of years past. Like, I felt like Justin Herbert also had an opportunity yesterday. If Quentin Johnson didn't drop the ball, he could have had the longest touchdown pass yesterday, and he didn't. Drop the ball, Packers win. But Brock Purdy, he's the story today. Any doubters left? Do you need to see, and this is what I kept seeing on social yesterday, I need to see him do it from behind. He needs to, have a come-from-behind victory. Okay. Why? Like, this is what's so funny to me, too. And I'm not comparing the two quarterbacks. But whenever Tom Brady lost the Super Bowl, every single one of those losses, the Patriots had a fourth quarter lead. Every single one. I'm almost positive. All of his losses against the Giants and against the Eagles, they had a fourth quarter lead. Tom put his team in a position to win. And then Mario Manningham, David Tyree, whoever it was Aguilar, and the Eagles went like, S happens. And then Tom had like 30 or 40 seconds left. Hey, Tom, go get us a touchdown real quick. All right. Like, can't do it all. So I would like for Purdy to be playing from ahead most of the time. And sure, when the opportunity presents itself and he's down double digits or 9 points, 8 points in the fourth quarter, well, we'll see. Because that's a Kyle Shanahan stat right now. Heading into the fourth. Not being able to come from behind. Not a Brock Purdy stat. It's a Kyle Shanahan one. And if Brock Purdy can break that trend, then you know what? If that's what it's going to take, sure. But for me, he's the guy going forward. Always has been from the beginning of the season. Even during the, poor stretch, quote unquote. Even on these airways, I wasn't saying he was horrible. I wasn't saying he was garbage. No. I said he had a good game, not great, in each one of those losses. Browns one, not a good game. The Vikings game, good, but with the turnovers. So it can't be great. Bengals, good. Turnovers, though. And Brock Purdy, hell, even yesterday, he has a couple of those. But that's okay. Most quarterbacks are. And you just look at all the, stats. And again, perfect passer rating yesterday. Perfection for Brock Purdy. I have a list, by the way, of all the quarterbacks with a perfect passer rating in a given game. Doesn't happen often. I thought this was like a yearly occurrence, a couple times out of the year, and maybe once or twice, but no. So Brock Purdy, Josh Allen have done it this year. Josh Allen did it October 1st against the Buffalo Bills. Talking perfect passer ratings. And by the way, those of you like me, and I kind of knew what the passer rating was, but the formula, again, we're going back to math here, which is basically a passer rating is calculated using a player's passing attempts, completions, yards, touchdowns, and interceptions. And they use it on a scale of, 0 to, 100, whatever it is. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Passer rating equals A plus B plus C plus D over 6 times 100. Shout out PEMDAS, all right? Those of you that know. Always remember PEMDAS, baby. But perfect passer ratings. Purdy, Josh Allen this year. Then you have to go back all the way to 2020. Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Detroit Lions. Tom Brady. Tampa, they won the Super Bowl that year, by the way. Lamar Jackson, 2019, did it. Aaron Rodgers did it in 2019. Deshaun Watson did it in 2019. Lamar did it twice that year, actually. Dak. Then you have Roethlisberger in 2018, Russell Wilson, Jared Goff. The theme here is a lot of good quarterbacks. Like, you have to go all the way down to, if you want to parse words, Kirk Cousins when he was with Washington in 2015. Well, Kirk's a good quarterback, so I'm not going to knock him there. Ryan Tannehill, okay. That was Dolphins, Ryan Tannehill, still. Not very great. Marcus Mariota, Geno Smith. See, there's a run there. Then Alex Smith. Then you start getting some of these names. Nick Foles. So it's like, oh, by the way, I was at that Nick Foles game. Yikes. November 3rd, 2013. Where were you? The Coliseum. Nick Foles tying the all-time touchdowns in a game record. Tough. Very tough. I was in the end zone for that one. A lot of Riley Cooper touchdowns. And what a horrible human being that guy is. So having to watch that, yikes. Ugh. 888-957-9570. Talking perfect passer ratings because it's Brock Purdy perfection. And it feels like we've been using that a lot. Whether it's completion percentage, which he leads the NFL in, by the way. 70.2. Just 0.1 ahead of Dak Prescott. Then go to yards. Okay, go to yards. Got Sam Howell, bad team. CJ Stroud, guy's unbelievable. He's also in the MVP race with Houston Texans. Just what he's doing. A massive game for Houston and Jacksonville next week. It's going to be a fun game. CJ Stroud, Rookie of the Year and MVP potentially. Pump the brakes. He had 3 picks, but you know what? When you don't have the plethora of weapons like some of these other teams, I'm not knocking it. He's got to force them. Tua, Josh Allen, Jared Goff, And then Brock Purdy at 6th at 2,662 yards. So he's top 6 in yards. Just go. Touchdowns? Okay. Brock Purdy's tied 7. Him, Sam Howell, 18 apiece. Sam Howell, by the way, you're going to see him on a lot of these lists. I know they're getting, they're not getting the wins. I've been impressed with Sam Howell this year. I don't care what anyone else says. Guy's been put in a no-win situation. Might have a lame duck coach in Ron Rivera. Got Eric Bieniemy trying to, become a head coach. So he's doing everything he can to help Sam. I think he's played well. Now, it might not matter. They might move off of him, but you know what, Sam? You're a winner in my book. That doesn't go a long way, but, I'm rooting for you, bud. Kyle Shanahan on Brock Purdy's game.
I thought he played real well. There was very few that he missed. Protected the ball extremely well. When there wasn't anything there, we didn't have any intentional groundings, and did a good job moving the chains also, especially at the end there on that keeper. And I thought he had a hell of a game.
Hell of a game for Brock Purdy. And Shanahan likes his consistency.
I think Brock's been great because he's been consistent through it all. I mean, we never felt anything different with Brock during those 3 losses. I think he's pretty realistic, so he doesn't get into stuff that's not that accurate.
888-957-9570. Good morning to Morali, Nicole Diaz, Golden State Lakota, Jason Mishla, Cowboy, Damon Chang, all y'all on the YouTube chat. Search 95.7 The Game, like, subscribe there. Give us a like, ring that bell. We appreciate you guys. We got 50,000 subscribers. Let's try to get 100,000. Let's go. Appreciate all y'all chiming in at this hour of the day. It means a lot. It does. Because I do the show for you guys and for Sam Lubman. All right? It's basically you. And if Sam's having a good time back there, we're all having a good time. Thumbs up for Sam. You overcame a flat tire this weekend, all right? Talking about overcoming adversity, that's what I like to see. Spadoni Capone, I like that. No relation to Al Capone. No. None at all. I'm sure his family, I think it is, from southern Italy. I'm northern Italian, so there you go. The more you know. Brock Purdy, how's it feel to have a perfect passer rating, buddy?
Yeah, I mean, what an honor. What an honor, but, at the same time, I feel like, there's still some plays and stuff that, I wish I had back, so I'm not completely content with just that, but thought it was a great game with, the guys around me, the coaching and the play calling, all of it, so that's a testament to the team, really, so.
Brock, how's it feel to have the longest touchdown pass of the year?
Yeah, just man coverage. He had a go route and really just give him some time to beat his guy and then just put the ball up for him and try to lead him. And he did a great job winning in man-to-man coverage. And right when we saw his guy fall down and B.A. caught it, I was like, man, that's sweet. You don't get that many plays like that in a game. So it felt good for all of us. And B.A., he deserves it, man. We've been wanting to get a deep one for him for a while. So felt good.
And this one, it was the money quote for me. Talking about his rookie, Jair Brown, not on the offense, obviously. Jair Brown's a safety, but he goes up against him in practice. And Jair Brown, obviously, 3rd-round pick, probably not playing as much as he wants to, but you know what? When an opportunity arises, you got to seize it. And I thought Brown played well. Got an interception. It doesn't just happen. And you can say what you want, oh, garbage. No. Buccaneers get a touchdown. They're an onside kick away from maybe stealing this game. As much as even I said that the 49ers controlled it, Bucs still had a chance late. And here's Purdy shouting out the young rookie.
Yeah, Jair, all the week so far, he's given us a great look with playing safety, and then obviously with Winfield being one of their best defenders on defense. Jair did a great job with just all the looks. They did a bunch of stuff with Winfield, and Jair, even at practice, was a ball hawk. He has great instincts and was just all over, just like Winfield. He gave us a great look, and then for him to go in the game and be ready to play for our defense and what we ask of our safeties, he did a great job, man. So we're all pumped for him and going to see more of him, so we're excited. I remember the first day, in summer, we're working out and stuff, and he came up to me and was talking to me, and I was like, just from talking to him, I could tell like how mature he was. You know, sometimes with rookies and stuff, they're excited to be there and can be a little bit all over the place and whatnot. But he was very mature. I could tell, you know, this guy handles his business and he's gonna have a great career. So to see him doing his thing now was great. Obviously, there's still the whole season to go and stuff, and a lot to prove and whatnot. But the way he carries himself and his presence is definitely a thing. So very proud of him.
There you go. Proud Purdy. Perfect Purdy. Whatever you want to call him. Guy's just a winner. At the mic, on the field, doesn't matter. Gets it done. 49ers get it done yesterday. 27-14. They now lead the NFC West as the Seahawks drop a huge game, which they were leading, by the way, against the formerly St. Louis Rams. Well, I almost went St. Louis on them. Los Angeles Rams. Sean McVay, by the way, I think he improves to 15-5 head-to-head against Pete Carroll. Whew. It's like the opposite of Shanahan and McVay. Shanahan obviously owns McVay in the head-to-head matchups, the one being in the playoffs that they didn't win, the most important, but nonetheless owns him in the regular season. McVay has that ownage on Pete Carroll as the Rams get it done, and they're not dead yet, Los Angeles, because if there's huge injuries, and obviously Kenneth Walker being one with the oblique, and Geno Smith with the tricep injury, and he could be out for some time, that opens the door for a team like the Rams to maybe sneak in if the Seahawks start fading. You know, you already saw the Vikings lose last night, and as soon as I texted in the group thread, you know, Josh Dobbs is looking like a top 4 quarterback in the NFC, and he falls off. I wouldn't say falls off. Great adjustments in the second half by the Broncos, who were playing well. They got confidence. Sean Payton has those guys playing hard, and they were 1-5. Now they're 5-5, and they got a shot in that wide open AFC all of a sudden. 888-957-9570. 49ers 27, Buccaneers 14. I want to hear from the Niner fans. Brock Purdy, MVP, perfect passer rating. Any concerns still with this guy? I want to hear from him. Who's still doubting Brock Purdy? 888-957-9570. It's the pregame show. Joe Spadoni. Come on back. More Niners talk on the other side.
In 1848, James Marshall discovered gold at Sutter's Mill. And in 3 years, a multicultural migration grew a sleepy trading post of 800 to a city of over 250,000. These were the first dreamers, innovators, builders, and inventors that defined San Francisco. The San Francisco Historical Society exists to uncover, preserve, and present in engaging ways
Who?
Choose payroll without the pain. Visit gusto.com/radio to sign up for free.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game.
Dub Nation, this is Tim Roy, and you're listening to the pregame show on 95.7 The Game.
All good. Hashtag new studio. Boy, legals when the public rejoins. It's fine. The pregame show. Joe Spadoni, 95.7 The Game. Been talking 49ers. Another dub. All gone. Don't worry. That 3-game losing streak, it was gone last week, but now it's feels like last year. Not even worried about that. Brock Purdy, he's got a perfect passer rating. He's perfect Purdy. There's nothing wrong with this guy. Come on. Who's still doubting him? 21-25, 333 yards, 3 touchdowns. Again, perfect passer rating. Only twice this year it's happened. And prior to Josh Allen, who did it this year, and Brock Purdy, it's been 3 years since the last one. Tom Brady, back in 2020 on that Super Bowl winning Tampa Bay Bucs team. And a lot of remnants from that team still remained yesterday with Tampa. Levante David, Devin White, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, amongst others. And there is something about playing Tampa for Brock Purdy. His first ever NFL start was against the GOAT, Tom Brady, last year, and they destroyed him. He's getting Purdy chance. Tom Brady was signing balls for Dre Greenlaw and Fred Warner when he was getting picked off. Kind of his farewell tour. We all knew it. But there is still something to be said about going up against head-to-head to the greatest quarterback of all time and beating him. I know you're not on defense, but maybe that was the start of it all for Brock Purdy. 888-957-9570. That's the number to call or text. The Comcast Business Text line, which is always open, and also search 95.7 The Game, like and subscribe on Twitch or YouTube, because we are streaming Monday through Friday right here on 95.7 The Game. Now, this week might be a little different. But Black Friday, we will be live and local. Thanksgiving, we got Niners action. We will be live and local for pre and post there. And that game just got, I'm not going to say less interesting. As I'm watching right now, Aaron Donald just destroy Geno Smith. Oh my goodness, that is a frightening sight. Oh my God. Geno got popped. Hurt tricep. He didn't return to the game. Drew Lock, come on down. Not good. And then you had Kenneth Walker leaving with an oblique injury. So we'll wait and see on Geno Smith as Jason Myers missed his field goal and hurt me in fantasy, but it's all right. Still got the job done. Knocking out Lucas Alexander here, producer extraordinaire of Willard and Dibbs, who was leading our league at 10-0, just dominating. Not anymore. Handed him his first L of the year. How about that? That was even more impressive than Brock Purdy's perfect passer rating. Me upsetting Lucas Alexander. Maybe I got a New York Giants run in me. Maybe, just maybe. After the game, and although it was mostly sunshine and rainbows in that 49ers locker room, Talanoa Hufanga, probably torn ACL. Not good. A lot of concern there. Very tough for the all-pro safety out of USC. Fight on. And the rookie Jair Brown came in and stepped up. But here's Fred Warner, the heart and soul of that defense and heart and soul of the team, really, talking about Talanoa Hufanga, his teammate.
It's always next man up mentality. And my heart goes out to Huff, not exactly sure what's going on there, but, obviously they're fearing the worst for him right now, and that's obviously my heart and prayers go out to Huff, man. That's sickening news, but to talk about the way Jair played today and being ready for his moment, can't say enough about it. That's huge. Even though we were up in the game, to be down there in the red zone and make the plays that he made to help us get out of there speaks to the way that he's worked, and been ready for his opportunity. So there wasn't much that needed to be said. I knew he'd be ready.
And he was, and he gets the pick. And let's hear it from Joe Davis on Fox Sports.
Niners looking like they're going to bring the house. They back off and rush just 4. Incomplete. Oh, and in back of the end zone. It's picked off of the hands of Godwin and intercepted. And it is Jair Brown, one play after another, and it looks like that's going to hold up.
And it did. It was a hell of a play. Anything off a deflection where you have to dive, very difficult. That's hand-eye coordination. That is having an instinct and feel for the game that I believe you can't teach. A lot of guys get dropsy. There's the old joke, linebackers, they're not wide receivers, etc., because they don't got the hands. Well, cornerbacks and safeties, they better have hands. And it's a thankless job in today's NFL. Safety or corner. Secondary player, hardest positions in pro sports right now. One of the hardest ones. Just because of all the rules also. But hitting on them, it feels so hard. And maybe, just maybe, 49ers hit on another safety. They tend to do that. And I know we slept on Jimmy Ward for a while. Guy's having a hell of a year with the Houston Texans. That's for sure. And I think he was slept on a little bit when he was a 49er. But Hufanga, he was an all-pro. Jair Brown, nice first game coming in relief for Hufanga, who, again, if you're just joining us, the fear is a torn ACL, and that would mean he is out for the season. 888-957-9570. As Brock Purdy throws a perfect passer rating, vaults himself back into the MVP conversation. And I think he's one of the leaders, right? We were talking about it. CJ Stroud having a ridiculous year. You got Tua Tagovailoa. The Dolphins get another dub yesterday, although the Raiders defense did enough plays to keep them in that game, and the Raiders probably should have stole that one if they just had any good offense in that. They had the one bomb to Devontae Adams, but other than that, Aiden O'Connell struggling, as rookies usually do. I know we're used to Brock Purdy not struggling as a rookie. Most of them look like Aiden O'Connell did yesterday in Miami. Not great, but nonetheless, Dolphins coming off a bye. They stay undefeated at home. Tua firmly in the MVP conversation. Dak Prescott, okay. I know they've beaten up on the Giants and the Panthers yesterday. But then you got Brock Purdy. Perfect Purdy, 30 for Purdy, whatever you want, Mr. Whatever the hell you want to call him. Brock is right in that conversation. And if we go to where we want to go, Bet Rivers, NFL futures, we can do that right now if we want. Might not be on the books currently because still got a game to go, and obviously huge implications because of the quarterbacks playing tonight in Jalen Hurts. Hell, you can go to A.J. Brown if you want to, if it's one of those years where we get a non-quarterback winner. And then you got obviously Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. A lot can change. 888-957-9570. Where's Brock Purdy for you as I vamp here? There we go. Give me the sports book, yada, yada, yada. Thank you, thank you, thank you. NFL, futures, skit da da da. Not up right now. That's all right. Probably off. But last time I checked, prior to this game, he was still top 5. Be willing to wager he's top 4 after yesterday's performance. Again, only 2 perfect passer ratings this season. For that, you had to go back to 2020. Brock, does that mean anything to you? The passer ratings?
Dude, I still don't even really know what it means. Honestly, yeah. So, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, Brock. Passer rating equals A plus B plus C plus D over 6 minus 100. All right? So that's, A equaling completions over attempts. And then you got B equaling yards over attempt. And then you got C equaling touchdowns over attempt. D equaling 2.375 minus interceptions, attention times 20. There's a lot of numbers in here. It's probably going over your head. It means you did a lot of good things. Okay? And a perfect passer rating equals 158.3, and it requires at least 77.5% completion percentage. So 31 of 40, for example. 12.5 yards per attempt, box checked. And then 11.875% touchdown to attempt ratio. And no interceptions. So there you go. The more you know. And I just learned that with you on the fly. And we got one more segment for Spadoni's Math Hour and CFL formula and trigonometry and calculus and pre-calculus. Whatever hell you want to go into next. Organic chemistry? Sure. Why not? We can touch it all here on the pregame show. Joe Spadoni, 95.7 The Game.
Jim Gaffigan here with some more straight talk. Now you can get a Walmart Plus membership, plus not pay for it, because it's included with Straight Talk wireless plans. You get free delivery with Walmart Plus a Paramount Plus subscription included. Plus, you pay less for gas. That's a lot of pluses.
Only Straight Talk gives you unlimited 5G data and Walmart Plus included on select plans for free.
Straight Talk wireless, available at Walmart.
Requires service on Gold or Platinum Unlimited. One offer per eligible account. Paramount Plus Essential Plan only. Separate registration required. Additional terms apply.
Hey, I'm Jackie, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit is the chicken. It is golden brown, so juicy, so delicious. It's the perfect savory start to my day.
Hey, I'm Matt, and the little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit is the freshly baked, flaky, buttery biscuit. When I take a bite, it's kind of like, crispy, soft, crispy. Crispy outside, soft interior.
Welcome back. Pre-game show, Joe Spadoni. One more segment before handing it off to Bonte Hill and Joe of the Morning Roast. They're fired up. Why shouldn't you be? Niners get the job done. 27-14. Basically in control of that game from start to finish. We got a little dicey there at the end. But Brock Purdy, perfect passer rating. Perfection, if you will. Although, we did the whole quadratic formula, Pythagorean theorem thing last week, or yesterday, I should say. And I felt like he had a better game against the Cardinals because he only, had like 3 incompletions, something ridiculous like that, or 1, like something ridiculous. But, what do I know? Leave it up to the professors. They know what perfect is, and that's what Brock Purdy was yesterday. 888-957-9570. And I guess if you're not feeling too high and mighty, it's only because the Warriors losing streak up to 6 now. And this all started back against Denver on Wednesday, November 8th. And against the Cavs, that's 2. Against the T-Wolves, that's 3. Against the T-Wolves again in the in-season tournament, that's 4. And then back-to-back against the Thunder at home, 5 and 6. And this was an Andrew Wiggins game. You thought you had him back. Maybe he is. Or maybe that was the one game you got from him, and he's going to go back to being the Andrew Wiggins we have seen for most of the year. We're hoping not, but I don't know. That's the one you would like to have. Confidence. But they're back at it tonight against a Rockets team coming to Chase Center. They're coming off a back-to-back after taking a tough loss in Los Angeles yesterday. Emphasis on loss there for Dylan Brooks and co. And I think this is a good spot for them to get off the schneid. I'm feeling like a Warriors dub today. I'm feeling it. Am I going to lock this in? I need to get the lock sounder first, but I'm feeling confident. I just want to play this one.
I can honestly say I'm sort of built for this.
You think that's Dylan Brooks every game he goes into? Doesn't matter. Even with that boneheaded foul he had on LeBron yesterday for them to lose.
I can honestly say I'm sort of built for this.
Right, sure. But the Warriors looking to get off the schneid. Not good right now. Feels like if Stephen Curry doesn't have a great game, which he does because he's Steph every single night, you're in big, big trouble. And that's not a place where you want to be relying on your aging superstar. Just ask the Lakers and LeBron, who again is still doing it at 38, but it's all on his plate most of the time if Anthony Davis doesn't come to show up, which is the case for the Warriors if Klay Thompson, who hasn't shown up, if Draymond Green, who's not shown up for another 3 games, whatever it is now, if he's not showing up. So, Andrew Wiggins, he did, and they still got the loss, which hurts. But on to happier things as the Warriors are playing tonight, 7 o'clock right here, 95.7 The Game. Warriors Live, 6 o'clock, John Dickinson. Got to get that out of the way. Come on, I got to plug our guy JD. Is he going to be at Ballast Point Brewery? I don't know for sure. Maybe, maybe not. Don't quote me on that. It's 5 a.m. here. They don't tell me these things this early on the pregame show. Don't tell me. I don't know. I'll shoot the messenger. Maybe JD at Ballast Point. Sure, JD will tell you on his Twitter, on his X, whatever the hell you want to call it. John Dickinson doing a hell of a job on Warriors pre and post. And Tim Roy at Warriors Vox will have to call again. 7 o'clock right here on 95.7 The Game. Warriors Rockets. And we'll dive deep into that because tomorrow we got a knockout. Woo-hoo! Some lucky listeners who won a spot for the knockout challenge, taking on some of the others, some of the hosts, all that tomorrow. Chase Center. Can't wait for that. I'll be here at the studio. Someone's got to make sure this ship doesn't sink, if you will. They need a ghost captain. What do they call it? Someone that just the one person skeleton crew, whatever. Sure. That's me here at the station. Whenever these events are going on, early morning, early afternoon, I'm here. I know all you were wondering if I was going to suit up and play. No, it's not me. My first ever possession in basketball, I was like 7 years old. Not 7. 7th grade, I should say. Doing legit, like team-based sports. I was in, 7th or 6th grade. First possession, looking like a young Harry Potter with my round glasses, Just, looked so unathletic. Travel, get benched immediately. Night. I was not built for this, Steve Wilkes. I'm sorry.
I can honestly say I'm sort of built for this.
I wasn't. I was not built for it. It's all right. Wasn't in my blood. Wasn't in my DNA. Tried some other sports. Golf, a little better. Water polo, okay. Basketball, no. Not great. That's all right. I think my young son, Benjamin, might be a little bit better. Guy's already got a jumper. 4 years old. Models his game after Stephen Curry. Whew. Does like to dunk. I told him, though, focus more on the three-point shooting. I don't know if you'll get the height that you're looking for the dunk. But maybe, hey, work on it, practice. Sure. Why not? Might not get the height. Maybe he gets his uncle's height or his grandpa's height where he's like 6'3", 6'4". More than likely, son, you might be 6 foot at most. That's okay. Be like a Chris Paul, right? CP3. And by the way, with every other loss and that coming off the bench roll for Chris Paul, I know he's been starting, but God, when they have 3 guards out there that are so small and can't defend, again, makes me nervous. All right, enough about the Warriors. I'm sorry. Story of the day is the Niners. We're all week for the Warriors. It's the Niners right now because they got a quick turnaround Thursday on Turkey Day. Give it to me. Thank you. Can't use that drop enough. Turkey Day Thursday, taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Can't wait for that game because I feel like the Niners are going to dominate that. And there's nothing better than winning on a holiday. And for a lot of you, you'll be watching that game while you're eating. Now, I don't know if it's just me or my family, but when you have little kids, we usually do like an early Thanksgiving, like 2 or 3, start eating like a, late lunch, early dinner, whatever you want to do. We got Sunday Night Football on Thursday night, basically, because it'll be Tirico, it'll be Collinsworth calling that game. 5:15. I think you're all going to be feeling pretty good. I with no Geno Smith, no Kenneth Walker, potentially, I don't see it. And I didn't see it beforehand with the Seahawks. You guys have been listening to me all season long. I've never bought into them as a legit NFC West winner, if you will. No, maybe they'll make the playoffs, sure. But as a legit contender, no. Geno Smith, it's a great story. I'm glad he got paid. He's not beating the Dak Prescotts. He's not beating the Jalen Hurts. He's not beating Jared Goff. And he's not beating Brock Purdy. Those are the top 4 right now. And by the way, it might time to start thinking about the NFC being better than the AFC. I know. We can't say that. We're not allowed to. The AFC is just so much harder. It's so much more difficult. Oh my goodness. The quarterback play, like CJ Stroud, Tua. Oh my God. Well, great. They're having good years. But the best quarterbacks in that conference that we like to think are the best anyways, Josh Allen, he beat the Jets. Congratulations. Joe Burrow, he's out for the year. Now, Lamar Jackson, ballin'. Patrick Mahomes, he's Patrick Mahomes. He gets an infinite pass because he's already a Hall of Famer. But if I'm just going top 4 from both conferences, I'm taking the NFC. Is that crazy? I don't think so. I think we looked at this AFC like this gauntlet, like this, oh my God, everyone's just like the depth of this. I'm not seeing it. The Jaguars, okay. They just got humbled real quick by the 49ers. Great bounce back win for them, a division opponent, the Titans, and they got another huge matchup against the Houston Texans this week. But I'm looking at, again, the quarterbacks from the NFC, the top 4. Hurts, who's kind of been up and down, playing with a bum knee. Purdy, MVP candidate. Jared Goff, who had a huge win yesterday when everything was going wrong for him and still willing that team for a win. It's a massive confidence boost for him. And then Dak Prescott, I know we all have that Cowboys game in the back of our mind where they dominated them. The San Francisco 49ers, that is, dominating the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football just a month ago. But Dak's been playing very well. Again, the completion percentage, he's right behind Brock. They're neck and neck. It's like a 0.1% difference. So Dak's been playing well. Juxtapose that with the AFC. Lamar, Patrick Mahomes, CJ Stroud. Okay. Who else you put in there? Trevor Lawrence? Josh Allen? Tua? Nah. I saw Tua make a lot of bad mistakes yesterday in that Raiders game. And you know what? The Raiders have been playing a lot better. I get that. The defense is galvanized. Antonio Pierce, defensive guy taking over as interim head coach. They've been playing a lot better. But coming out of a bye, that did not give me confidence in my quarterback. Defense won that game. Jalen Ramsey with 2 picks in the game ender against Aiden O'Connell in the end zone. I'm taking the NFC right now, which is crazy because everyone thought going into the season the NFC was weak. It's a 2-team race. Well, now, maybe it's 4 teams. Maybe, just maybe. And maybe, just maybe, it's time for the morning roast on 95.7 The Game.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM at HD1 San Francisco. An Odyssey station.
The holidays are always hectic, but with the BMW i5 and iX, you can make them 100% electric.